It was May of 2012, Scarlett, that Matt Zames became something other than a fixed income guy. Matt Zames started his career as a trader for long-term capital management, the hedge fund that famously blew up in the 1990s. He was in his mid-20s, joined JPMorgan a few months after Jamie Dimon arrived at the bank in 2004. And until last year, like I say, he was inside the fixed income division. He was co-head of fixed income, an important job at JPMorgan, but no indication at that time that he would become.
What happened?
Not even in May of 2013, effectively the heir apparent to Jamie Dimon.
What was the catalyst here?
The proximate catalyst was the London whale crisis. But consider this, Tom. Jamie Dimon has been going out and shooting, Wall Street terminology for getting rid of his lieutenants, for a few years already. This is a cyclical thing at JPMorgan. Dimon clearly has no intention of leaving the bank. He's 57 years old, could be CEO for quite a while yet.
Agreed.
If you're Frank Bisognano, what's the incentive to stick around?
Wait, did he leave or was he pushed out?
No, we understand that it was voluntary. Look, if you're Frank Bisognano isn't voluntary, right? He's going to become the CEO at First Data. Okay, it's owned by a private equity firm, KKR, but this is a gigantic credit card processing business. Great opportunity for anybody coming out of Jamie Dimon's shadow.
That's an important distinction. To me, the cool thing here is math wins. Here's an MIT guy, engineering math kind of guy, in fixed income, as you say. And it says to me, as you and I talk to Mr. Dimon in Davos, this idea that he wants people that can manage the mathiness and the risk in the CEO level.
Risk is super important, but consider this, right? Matt Zames effectively has done nothing other than either trade fixed income or oversee traders in fixed income.
Oversee is a key word here, yeah.
His entire career.
Can I jump in on that?
David Stockman jumps in.
That's exactly the problem, why we need Glass-Steagall 2 to separate trading and speculation and gambling and hedge fund activity of one type or another, whether it's at long-term capital or buried inside JPMorgan. We need to separate that from banking and deposit
insurance. Are we doing that now, Eric?
No, we're not even close. The law that we passed, who can even understand
and furthermore, for shareholders, the question has to be, if Jamie Dimon were to get hit by a bus tomorrow, is Matt Zames the next CEO? JPMorgan isn't telling us, but you could presume that he is. Would you be comfortable having a guy who spent his first of all, he's only 42 years old, has spent his entire career in fixed income, running a bank of JPMorgan size, in excess of $2 trillion in the balance sheet, no experience in consumer banking, no experience in commercial banking.
Eric, in America, we have SAT exams. I know they don't do that in Canada, but they have that measurement
They do
thing.
if you want to go to college in the States.
Is it like this? Zames Blankfein. Is he like a Lloyd Blankfein?
Yeah, you could say that. He's certainly got a similar background to Lloyd Blankfein. Fixed income in Lloyd's day as a trader, I mean, and Lloyd came out of the commodities business as well, we should add, was quite a bit different from what Zames started in the late 1990s, as you know. So back in the 80s, fixed income was a bit more of a bare knuckles business, right, than it has been since.
Let me guess.
It started at Salomon Brothers. That's where I got to Wall Street. But the point is, he would make a wonderful CEO of the JPMorgan hedge fund. It is not a bank, and JPMorgan should not be having deposit insurance and the Fed window if it's going to engage in this kind of activity.
Rip up the script. Can I guess you're going to talk about this today on your show?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Erik Schatzker as well. And Mr. Zames, I'm excited. It's a math guy up top. I like that.
Yeah, it's 42 years old to boot. Let's not forget that. And he's not tainted by the London whale trading scandal either.
No. If anything, he was a Mr. Fix-It coming in after London whale.